Let's go deeper today. Not the surface level motivation, not the believe in yourself kind. I'm talking about the kind of growth that changes you. The kind that costs you comfort, relationships, and sometimes even your old self. Because if there's one thing we can learn from The Devil Wears Prada and the way we've reflected on its continuation and The Devil Wears Prada 2, it's this. Becoming who you need to be will require you to outgrow who you used to be. The moment you choose growth, you choose discomfort. Let's start there. No one talks about this enough. People want success, but they don't want the pressure that comes with it. They want to grow, but they don't want to be challenged. And yet, every transformation story, whether in film or in real life, it all starts the same way. You enter a room, and you're not ready for it. And that was Andy Sachs. She walked into a world she didn't understand. Different standards, different expectations, different speed. And immediately, she felt attacked. Sounds familiar? Because that's what happens to all of us, huh? When life upgrades you, it won't feel like a blessing. It will feel like pressure. Standards feel like oppression until you understand them. Let's talk about Miranda Priestley. She's always seen as intimidating, difficult, unfair. But what changed in our reflection in the second story? You know what? It's perspective. Because when you look deeper, you realize Miranda was not emotional. She was intentional. Every demand had a purpose. Every correction had a standard behind it. But here's the problem. When you don't understand the standard, it feels like you're being attacked. That's why Andy complained to Nigel. Remember that scene? She's picking on me. And then Nigel answered, "No, you're not trying. You're whining." One of my favorite parts of the movie. And that line is not just harsh. It was honest. Because sometimes, what we call pressure is actually just the gap between who we are, who we need to become. Growth changes your perspective and your role. Now here's where it gets powerful. In our imagined continuation, Andy evolves. She no longer sees Miranda as the enemy. She understands her. And more than that, she begins to embody what she once resisted. That's the real shift in character development. Because growth is not just about improving yourself. It's about changing how you see the people who challenged you. At first, you say, "Ba't ang hirap nila? Ba't ang taas ng standards?" But then you realize, kaya pala. Or, ganun pala talaga. And then one day, ikaw na yung nasa posisyon na yun. Leadership is lonely and often misunderstood. Here's the truth most people try to avoid. The higher you grow, the fewer people will understand you. Nako, totoo yan. Because leadership is not just about guiding people. It's about holding standards that others are not yet ready for. When you start expecting more, people will say you've changed, or they will say you're too much, or they will also say you're hard to deal with. Nako, lagi yan. But you know, what they don't see is this. You are carrying the responsibility of helping them grow. And you know, just like Miranda and just like Andy, how she learned it, leadership is not about comfort. It's about transformation. Not all help feels like kindness. This is important because we've been conditioned to believe that kindness is always soft. But in reality, the most life-changing kind of help is often uncomfortable. Miranda didn't help Andy by making her feel good, huh? She helped her by exposing her weakness. She challenged her limits, forcing her to step up. And in the continuation, Andy starts doing the same, but with more awareness. And you know what you call that? That's evolution. From surviving pressure to understanding it, and then to using it to help others grow too. Everyone needs saving, but not everyone is ready for it. Because here's the truth. Everyone needs guidance. Everyone needs growth. But not everyone wants it. Because growth requires humility, it requires discipline, and it also requires letting go of ego. And sometimes, people would rather stay comfortable than be transformed. That's why leaders are often misunderstood. Because what looks like being hard is actually refusing to let people stay small. Character is built when no one is clapping. Let's be real. There are no awards for staying up late to improve, or fixing your mistakes, or pushing through even when you're tired. No one asks how many hours you've worked in a project. All they see is just the output, right? No one claps for the process. But that's where your character is built. In the quiet moments, in the difficult assignments, and in the pressure you didn't ask for, but you needed. Now, let's talk about the danger of growth. It's about losing yourself. We have to balance it because growth has a dark side. In becoming strong, you might lose your softness. In becoming excellent, you forget empathy. And that's why the real lesson is not to become Miranda. Ayoko talaga. It's to understand her without losing yourself. Because the best leaders are not just strong. They are aware, they are intentional, and they are grounded. They know when to push and when to understand. The real evolution, it's strength with purpose. So what's the takeaway? It's not be tough, be strict. It's this. Be strong enough to hold standards and wise enough to carry people through them. Because at the end of the day, leadership is not about power. It's about responsibility. There will be moments in your life where you will feel like Andy, lost, overwhelmed, questioning everything. And there will be moments also where you will slowly become like Miranda, decisive, demanding, carrying the weight of others. The goal is not to choose one. The goal is to go through them. Because real character development, it really happens when you understand the pressure. And then you survive it, and then you use it. Not to break people, but to build them. This is Direct Talk, where we don't just talk about who you are now. We talk about who you're becoming and what it will cost to get there. See you in the next episode.